This is Tabitha from Chicago, Illinois, and you're listening to Jay and Dunc's Not For Radio, home of the tableside, testicle tittering yarns, and butthole blowout laughter. Up the waz, boys.
Oh, yeah, Tabitha.
Fuck, all the way from Chicago.
Oh,
Sick.
man. I've actually been looking forward to this chat for ages. I mean, me and our next guest chat quite often, but this has been like 6 months in the making.
This is where he finds out that you've been chronicling all of his conversations that he thought were had in the comfort of privacy, and that, you know, this is where the circle of trust is about to get fucking chopped up like a pizza.
Nah, he knows, because I just reply saying, that's great content, mate. That's great content to all of his texts. Andrew Kirby from the Two Flogs Podcast.
Yes, get him up here. I want to buff him, yes.
What's up, brother?
Well, you can't text him. He's the Jarchi of New Zealand.
Honestly, show him your phone now. How many
I can
text
imagine.
messages have you got, and how many missed calls?
40,000.
And let's do the email as well, because it's always fun.
I'm running I've just had a tidy up, so I've got 14 missed calls, 26 unanswered messages, and 1,300 emails I'm yet to get back to.
So when I got here this morning, they wouldn't let me in because I'm an unsavoury looking character. And the guy, what happened to the chick that used to work there?
Yeah, I know. There's a chop and change.
Now there's a security guard.
So the blonde chick that used to work there, Cara, she's now upstairs, and then the girl before that, Taylor, she's now working at Georgia FM. It's basically
We need to talk to some bosses and get those girls back on the counter. They were lovely.
Yeah. So whenever the current girl that has Beck has a day off, they get someone in from the security company.
We had a couple of unsavoury characters hanging around. Remember that guy that was
legit.
Oh yeah. So that we've got them on speed dial now.
Oh.
Yeah, and then half of the team actually have to leave through a back door out there. So if they're finishing at the end of the radio show,
late.
so 7 o'clock or whatever, they go back door, poof, into the car park. But yeah, that guy ended up getting a restraining order, eh?
Yeah, and there's another guy that walks around filming everything just to incite some form of a response. There's some fucking weirdos. Radio attracts fucking weird
Does he
people.
sell hats in Australia?
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, but just quickly, I was just having a conversation with Jax out there before. So, you know, traditionally, I don't know if it's the same in Australia, and all of us are fucking nowhere near it anyway, but Tinder at the moment is just a hotbed of what used to be, if you're a girl on Tinder. When my sister was, like, back in the day before she met her fella, she was showing me, like, every single fella. She's based in Mount Maunganui, so everyone in her immediate region is obviously into hunting and fishing. So every single photo, first one would be like, Barry, 32, and it's just him holding up a fucking snapper or a kingfish, and she's like, fucking weird play. Like, very niche, you know, obviously. You're largely into it, but it's a predominantly male-dominated fucking
Is it
sport.
going to attract the other species that you're holding a giant fish?
No, so this is...
Aren't you better off just standing with your giant cock?
Yeah. Or just a screenshot of your bank account would probably go fucking a whole lot better.
100%.
Start with that. Leaning up against the vehicle you drive outside the house you hopefully own. But there's...
I would appreciate some honesty, you know, like if you can only catch small fucking fish and you drive a Honda Civic, then
It's best to be honest.
hold the small fish, lean
Yeah.
up against the Honda Civic
Yeah.
on a rainy day.
And get your tiny cock out.
And get your little cock out. I was just honest with my Uber driver then. You know how like now on the Uber, you can conversation was bad, so you can knock a star off. So now they're forced into this meaningless fucking small talk, and I hate it.
You can click the button where you say I'm not into chat.
Yeah, this guy told me that because I got in the car and he's like, "Hello, sir." And I'm like, "Hey, mate." And he goes, "Oh, the weather is horrible." And I said, "I'll give you 5 stars not to talk." He goes, "Thank you, sir." And then you can see the relief in the mirror. He's like, "You're a good one."
Yeah, thanks.
And then because fucking meaningless talk about fucking weather. Get fucked.
Oh.
And he pulls up and he goes, "Parking garage." I said, 5 stars. And he goes, "Oh, sorry." I'm like, "I don't care about the new parking garage, mate." And he didn't want to talk to me, and I didn't want to talk to him. Fuck off. And then I said to him, "Oh, you're doing this, blah, blah, blah." And he goes, "Yes, you have to provide good conversation." I went, "That's fucked. I don't want to talk to anyone when I get an Uber anymore." And he goes, No, you push here, and I don't talk." And I'm like, good. So when I go back, I'm going to push. No conversation.
How is it? You've
It's
got
been
to...
there for a while. You can ask for music to be turned on. I think you can select what type of music as well.
I'm normally all right, but this morning I'm like, because like the weather's gone to shit. And
You've
I'm here for a
literally
reason,
got the
and
worst-
I can't do what I was going to do.
2 days and 6 months, I reckon.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Full weather bomb.
Yeah, but like the lady this morning goes, "Oh, if you're going outside," this is at the reception where I'm staying. She goes, "If you're going outside, there's a rather nasty East Coast low." And I've looked out and it's just rain. I went, "I live on the East Coast of Australia where the lows form. This is a fucking shower." Come over there and it's an East Coast low.
Our sky goes green and the fucking city floods in a
It
minute.
literally has these Armageddon clouds. I've got English mates that I send when we get the Armageddon storms that come over at
they're
Christmas time.
amazing.
This big shell raking storm. So I'm just like,
They look
that's
like
a storm.
Independence Day or
Yeah,
something.
100%. People don't get it unless all you do is Google Bondi storm,
Yeah, it's
and
fucking
it'll show you
impressive.
that cloud. And we get them all the time. Well, probably 4 times a year up in the summertime.
So what's the plan? What's the trip for over here?
Well, I was coming over to got some venues to look for the comedy tour at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little bit out of town, and now I was going to be a friend of mine was lending me a Nissan Leaf. I'm not now.
Fucking
One, I
hell.
don't want to drive an electric car. 2, I don't want to drive it to Mount Wanganui or wherever I was going.
Oh, no, it's my hometown.
You won't get there in the Leaf. It'll take
Fuck
3
no.
weeks.
You'll
There won't be
barely-
enough charges.
You barely
yeah,
get
just
from
got-
his place to here.
Yeah, got some venues to check out just to make sure they're going to be all right. So, and come back later in the year and do some comedy and stuff. So I thought, let's do that. I'll come over, have a yarn with you boys. Going to the Wars game tomorrow night.
That's going to be sick.
It's going to be mega.
The weather should be gone by then. I checked
Yes.
the rain maps.
Is it going to be all right?
Yeah.
Because we're in a box at the end of the field.
Right,
But we've got to walk to the box.
Well, right up before you got to fucking walk anywhere.
I'll piggyback you, mate.
Yeah, it's basically the main stairs. No matter what entrance you come in, you go straight down the stairs and you're there.
And it's Mount Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Lish
I'm
Go
just gonna-
Media Stadium.
Where's Uber? What do you Uber from the city to there?
We'll just go from here.
Yeah.
After
Or you
the
can
radio
just-
I'll
show.
meet you here.
Yeah.
You can even steam tins and get on the train. The train trips out is quite funny as well.
I don't do the train really well. After the All Blacks episode.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a fuck around. Hey, but back to me. Let me just fucking
Oh, sorry.
circle back
Sorry.
to the Tinder chat. So there's a girl that's just started working upstairs. She's just come back from the UK, and she has thrown herself up on Tinder. And so no longer are there fucking photos of guys holding fish that are popping up as matches for her.
Oh, what is it now?
So she says, she's screenshot them and sent them to Jax. 6 out of 10 are photos with me and you at events that we're throwing, and that's their profile pic.
I've got a yarn about that. How good's that?
Oh my God.
6 out of 10 in England.
No, 6 out of 10 here.
Here?
Yeah.
We don't hold that much weight.
I was going to say, what the fuck are you hoping will come from that? Okay,
Because
here's
they
a
go,
guy that
"Oh."
goes to radio promos and gets photos with radio hosts.
Well, yeah, because the first question is like, is Jay and Dunc your mates? No.
No, or
You're the
for-
big fish.
or for her, or for her, because luckily she works in the building and knows us. She was like, if I come from the UK and I have no fucking idea who you guys are, you'll be
True.
like, there's one of these 3 guys, which is this fucking profile.
100%.
So she could be going for like a 65-year-old bloke thinking it's me. She could be going for whoever the fuck's in the photo.
Yeah.
Or she could be going for any number of people that look like Dunc, because Dunc looks, for whatever reason, we've got a theory that Dunc's dad's rooted his way across the globe, and there's a fucking whole bunch of them. He's got replacements everywhere.
Mate, you go to a
Whack-a-mole.
live, you go to
Yeah.
a Two Flogs live show or a golf day, and my family every time my cousins ring me and go, "There's 500 of you in town." 75% of our listeners are large males with black and grey beards that wear black shirts and go, "Fuck yeah," to everything. and my cousins love it. Every time we have something in Wollongong, my cousins go, "There's so many of you at the Imperial Hotel."
when you guys came over for the Rock 2000,
Yeah.
I thought there was you and your missus walking down the bottom of town. So I went, "Fuck you, Kirb!" And this random cunt turns around and goes, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, the fuck you Kirbs go good. But Tinder, so one of our listeners, and he tragically passed away in a really bad accident a couple of months ago. And he became a friend. You know, you get listeners you become mates with. So I literally became mates with this guy, Simsy. And his Tinder profile picture, I'll find it and I won't send it to you. I'll send it to you and you can show him. It's literally me and him and his little brother at the first fight night. And that was his Tinder profile. And I don't think it worked ever. I'm like, why the fuck would that have been that? I'm like, why would you use me in your Tinder profile?
Maybe beside you, he looks better.
No, he looked way worse than me, Simsy. Yeah, I went to his funeral a couple of weeks ago. He was a big fan of you guys too. I went to his funeral out to Inverell, drove out there about 6 weeks ago. I went to his funeral and yeah, it was tragic. Like, just literally fell off a motorbike in his backyard and passed away one Friday afternoon. Just having a beer with his brother.
I was chatting
Horrible.
to a bloke, same thing, because you go like motorbikes are, you know, people know they're dangerous, right? You know, you fall off a motorbike, you don't have the luxury of a car around the outside of you. You're exposed and shit can happen. And there's a dude that I bumped into at the skate park and used to bump into him all the time. And he's got one of those little shufflers with the wheels on it.
Oh, yeah.
And he's dragging his feet a wee bit. But I've chatted to him a few times. He's actually really awesome. And I reckon a lot of people don't give him the time of the day. He sort of just cruises around trying to get conversation, basically. But if you sit down and talk to him, he's actually quite awesome. And so I finally asked him, I was like, fuck, what happened here, mate? And he's like, motorbike accident. I was like, yeah, but like, how? Like, where were you? What sort of bike you riding? He was on a 500cc, maybe less, 400cc dirt bike. This is back in the 80s. He was out on Great Barrier Island, which is like 3 hours out into the ocean out there. And his mate had been doing a couple of skids on the bike, and then he decided to, and he got the front wheel up, and he reckons he was only going about 50 or 60k an hour, and actually did a wheelie into his mate, so hit his mate who was standing there, and then he was wearing a shit old helmet, as it was the late 70s. His mate only got a broken rib. He fell off, and the helmet slipped back, and he smacked his head into a rock. And then was basically in intensive care for like 4 months. And he's like, have a look at that scar. They peeled his whole head back and repaired the skull. And he's like, it's just been a bit shit ever since. I was like, fucking mate, one little wheelie. Like, you don't know when your number's up or what's going to happen or how unlucky you're going to be. And he sounded like he's living the dream over there. That's like going back in time 50 years.
But how good is it when you meet someone who's had a life-altering accident and they're like, it's been a bit shit, but I'm sweet.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, I love that person.
I had so many one-liner jokes too.
Blind Benny? Yeah. Blind Benny, our mate.
So let's chat about that because you briefly mentioned the golf day. So explain the golf day, then we'll get to Blind Benny.
So we had the golf day, Two Flogs Golf Day. It was amazing. We had 30 groups on our home course. So we brought everyone to our home, which is this is our second or third event we've had in Warrnambool, which is great to bring people to our little town and they can we talk about it all the time and people can put a face to it and stuff. So Blind Benny, I first come across Blind Benny through Knuckles because Knuckles interviewed him on Proper True Yarn. And I listened to that episode. Gibbo actually listened to it first and goes, you need to listen to this episode. And I went, holy fuck, life's good. Like this poor chap woke up when he was 15 with no vision.
Just overnight, bang, done.
Yeah, he's got like inflammation in the something in the back of his eyes.
Yeah.
And
the
it sort of went a bit
nerve.
something like that. Went a bit funny, and then he went in overnight and woke up in the morning and went, where's the TV gone? And he went, oh, hang on, was the lights off? Like sort of that situation. I think he was 15 and nothing. That's it. So, and I did his podcast last week and it went for 2.5 hours and it was Andrew. It was like my real me. Like,
because there's three versions of you, right?
3 versions. So, but like Andrew's like Andrew, Buster, and Kirb. So, but he, it was just a good. And I never listened to podcasts I'm on or anything. I mean, on the flight over here, I actually had so many people going, oh, holy fuck. I went, I better listen to him. What have I said? And I went and had a listen. But just him and his story about how positive he is. We took him to the golf day and we sat him on the third hole and he outdrove almost everyone on that third hole.
So on the third hole, everyone had to be blindfolded and take the Blind Benny shot.
Yeah.
And then
wicked.
But he
take the best shot out of the 5. So there's 4 blokes in the group.
Yeah.
And then there was Benny. So whoever hit the best drive, I think it was like 50% of people took Benny's drive.
Wow.
And my best drive, but how's this? My best drive of the day was with the pitch black. You can't see any. He's got these because he does talks all around Australia. He needs to get over here and come on. And you guys would have a great yarn with Benny. I'll hook that up with some emails and stuff and get him over here. He wears these. He puts his goggles on. And it's just you can't see shit. They're not like the bed ones. Like there's nothing. And I'm fucking just. And he goes, mate, your senses, everything. He's right. Everything gets better because you
really.
Well, yeah, because you got to like focus. You got nothing around you.
No distraction.
Yeah, and then you hit it. A few blokes duffed it or whatever, put him in the dam and nearly killed someone and all that sort of stuff. But majority of people. So we had a couple of rules. If you're going to get nude, don't get nude in front of the clubhouse or on the holes where the houses are. Right? And we had a spattering of directors of the club through the group without telling people that they were directors through it was a bit of a proviso that, all right, we want a few people here, but to make sure things are right. I get a phone call from a mate who's a director, and he goes, Kirb, we've got a nude guy on the 8th, mate. I said, the 8th. Oh, that's not too bad. That's Knuckles' hole. And he goes, yeah, he's encouraged it. And I went, oh, right, eh? I said, what are we going to do? He goes, mate, he's in my buggy. I don't exactly know what to do. Director of the club, and mate just got nude on the 8th.
Did he know?
He didn't know he was going to do it, no.
Did he know he was with the director, though?
No idea.
Oh, you fucking
We
hell.
just said, you're playing with the carrots, and thought nothing of it. So we told him at the start, I said on the microphone, I'm like, righto, there are directors through the group. Pull your heads in. Do it out here. Do it out here. Don't do it here. Like, you're going to get 130 blokes, 129 guys and one girl. Someone's getting nude at some point.
Yeah.
Who was the first person to get mostly nude? Pooh Bennett from the Alpha Blokes. on the 17th hole with an umbrella and just his undies on, just standing there most of the day. That was his job, nearest to Pooh. So whoever could hit Pooh got a prize. So he was nearest to Pooh. So he just stood there in his undies for a lot of it, just doing shots and drinking beer. And it was a fantastic, mate. It was a phenomenal day.
I was listening to the review episode on the way in today. Actually, they sound like they had an amazing time. They spoke very kindly of the job you did. I know you put a lot of hours into that.
Yeah, mate, something like that. I can appreciate now people organise golf days. I've never organised one from start to finish, and it was full on.
So many moving parts.
Oh, bro,
We were one and done for pals.
no, we're doing more. We'll do more.
Kind of got the framework now.
Yeah, my cousin's a big help, Borrell. He's a golfer. He jumped in and gave us a good hand there at the end to sort of put the groups together. Because we put all the names into a hat or into a generator these days, and we picked randomly. So if you came with three mates, you didn't play with your three mates. You played with any Tom, Dick and Harry. Like, I just went into a random group. I got random players. Tommy Dale from the Alpha Blokes. Like, people wanted to pay big money to play with him. We're like, no, he's playing with whoever comes out of that hat.
Cool.
Which was really cool. So we did all that. Gibbo, Gibbo had a good day.
Did he get Gibbo?
Yeah, he threw a smoke bomb at the end of the day.
Oh,
yeah,
did he?
Yeah, he had to go. He was fucked. Yeah, he was blind.
Too excited.
Yeah, he's my dirty cop. So on days like that, I'm like, go to Gibbo, do it with him. He was like, it's like, undercover coppers. There's always a dirty cop that will get really blind and do all the weird shit.
Yeah,
that's Blair. I just go, yeah, well, he'll show you his dick. I'm not. So you go there and he's Gibbo going. Just see him showing everyone his dick. You're like, yeah, Gibbo. So yeah, it's weird not being here without him. It's weird being over here without Gibbo because
it's hard to get him on a plane though, right?
It's hard to get him out of his door. He's just busy. He punts. He punts for a living. Like, that's his job.
You can't sleep on that, otherwise you get
horses
shit.
don't stop. So he's and his daughter's a really good netballer, so he's really dedicated to that. So he takes her around to a lot of netball things and stuff like that. So to plan him to get here is just a hard thing to do. So
yeah, and
this was sort of as in a vertical. This is a buster thing. So yeah.
So should we get to the Kirb file?
Yeah. Hey, before we do, let's wrap this.
Oh yes, okay.
Frank's raspberry cola is fucking red hot.
Maybe I will have one.
Yeah.
Fucking. You've got to have one each.
Yeah.
So this is the latest iteration for us.
Hand this and a Mexican turns up at the door instantly.
Yeah, so this is the new Frankie's classic raspberry cola, which is our little nostalgic drinks range, which is basically drinks that you would normally have. Probably, I'm not going to say as a kid because that's not where we're fucking targeting it. But instantly, it's like a little fucking time traveler in a can with triple distilled vodka, and it's fucking delicious. And this is my favorite out of the three.
It really is. I like the lime one from last time we were here, but this is 6%, 330ml hand grenade that tastes like fucking raspberry.
Yeah,
doesn't taste like soda water. You know, like some of those things taste like soda water.
It reminds me of the first time you went to a pub and obviously old boy gets a beer and
it's club rooms.
That's what they were trying.
Yeah. Club rooms to me said the old boy would play Twilight cricket. He'd turn up with literally a slab of Rheineck, drink the whole lot, could still drive home under the limit because it's fucking 3.5% or whatever the fuck it was. And then I get one of these and a punt of the chips and a pie.
Unreal. I just got back from the States and I'm, as I was saying off air, totally addicted to root beer now. So you need to make a root beer.
And root beer is one of those ones that it never took off. They A&W root beer.
A&W, that's what I sent over.
Yeah.
A&W root beer is the closest root beer you can get to just drinking root beer off the tap in the States.
Yeah.
So what happened was I've always wanted to drink root beer. Always, because they're like the glass with the foam.
Is it 4%?
No, this is just non-alcohol.
A&W, same as one that Josh Homer got with you.
A&W, you buy from Big W in Australia, you can get it delivered. But I sent it over from the States. It cost me a fucking fortune. But, man, so I got over there and thought, can I get a root beer? And I thought it was ginger beer. It came out and it was black and frothy. I'm like, fuck's that. And we're having burgers and chips in New York in Vegas. Took a sip of it and went, Jesus. It's sarsaparilla, really.
Yeah. When does that ever happen? It's kind of got more of a bite to it, eh?
Yeah, it's a bit different. It's got bark in it and dirt. Like, I've got a yarn to tell you off air about me and Mexicans heading to the border to buy weed.
I heard you plugging that in the podcast. You told the story on your Patreon.
I told it on Patreon. Me and Ange, so I do a cooking segment on our Patreon, and so I had Ange does my filming, and I put a mic on her, and I said, let's tell this yarn about me getting kidnapped by Mexicans in Vegas. Like, it's the closest to the hangover you'll ever experience. Now, I wasn't worried until I got home and told my mum. And my mum goes, you realise you drove to a village 40 minutes from Vegas in the desert with a stranger with a 44 handgun.
Yeah.
And I went, yeah. She goes, Andrew, let's break it down. And I'm like, then she brings up the stats of people kidnapped and buried in Vegas. I'm like, and then I had a panic attack. I'm like, holy shit.
But you had the foresight to be dropping pins and sending them to
I
your
was
wife
pin dropping
and
the
Jay.
whole way, just going pin drop. When he pulled the gun out, I'm like, pin drop. And then, bought the weed, and it was $35 US for it was great. And I sat in Fremont Street and smoked a joint with a Vegas cop.
Amazing.
So he didn't smoke it, but he sat there and talked to me the whole time. And I'm just going, is this cool? He's like, yeah, cool. And I'm like, yeah, sweet. So
It's such a crazy place for those people. We'll put the link to the Patreon where you can actually hear that full story.
Yeah, go and have a listen.
But Vegas, if you've never been, it literally is like a fucking black hole in the universe.
Mate,
really.
and everyone's so nice, and like all the locals are going. If you if you listen to this and haven't been to Vegas, stay on the Strip and stay on Fremont Street. Don't go off the Strip. Don't go off Fremont Street because you'll die.
You talk to locals there because the actual, like, the outer Vegas,
They're
that's
lovely,
not
just
the
normal
Strip,
people.
Yeah.
it's just a fuck ton of people going about their everyday life, and they go, oh, no, we don't go to the Strip much.
Nah,
Never,
they
just live there.
never.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just live there. They
But
never
and
go.
that's just like the part of the backyard that they don't go to.
Me personally, if I lived there, I'd just go to Fremont Street. Like, I wouldn't go to the Strip if I lived in Vegas. I'd go to Fremont, like the Golden Nugget, and where Bugsy Seagal got shot. That was cool. We went there, and there's like a mob museum. We didn't see that, but we went to the Gold and Silver pawn shop.
Oh, yes.
And I bought a NASCAR.
Porn stars.
Porn stars. So I bought a NASCAR, and my wife's like, haggle. And I'm like, what? She goes, haven't you seen the show? Haggle. And I went, and old mate just goes, sir, we don't do that. And I went, no, 40's good.
Would have been a short fucking episode if
Missed
you walked in with that.
Miss Chumlee by fucking seconds because I needed to do a piss.
He's come unstuck, eh? Have you read the news about him?
No, that was Corey.
Oh, is that the other
Yeah,
one?
Corey's moved to Mexico, I think, or somewhere.
No, one of them had a bad accident.
Yeah, Corey.
Oh, it was,
Yeah, the
yeah.
son. Yeah, and his dad had to get him fixed up. Yeah, but we missed Chum. They were filming. They said when you walked in, do you want to be on the show? I went, fuck yeah, we want to be on the show. Oh, we're going to film within the next whatever. And if you're in there, they must have shut the door and go, whoever's here is here. And we literally went to pee. As we come back past, it was shut. And this lady's going, oh my God, Chumlee. I went, we missed it by fucking. And we walked to Fremont Street from there. And I said, this is what Vegas is like. So we're at Gold and Silver Pawn. I said to the lady out the front, I'm like, oh, we need to go to Fremont Street. And she goes, you can walk. It's Monday afternoon. And I went, okay. She goes, any other time, catch a fucking cab. Like it's like the bad end.
Yeah,
It's old Vegas, eh?
Old Vegas. So yeah, like Bugsy Seagal, like all these cool mafia guys.
Isn't it funny to think that like all those places can still operate and there's enough money going through them?
Right.
And then you've got the ones down the other end, like the Sphere, which would have cost over $1 billion to build or something like that.
Yeah.
And these ones down the end haven't been fucking touched since
Like
the
there's
30s.
still like the old guy out the front that's been there since the 30s. Looks like the 4X Gold Man. Like it's called the Las Vegas Hotel. It's still there. The Nugget's still there. The original doors that you walk into the Golden Nugget are the Golden Nugget from the 20s or whatever. And like nothing's changed.
Do you know when we stayed at Hooters, it was $26 US a night?
Awesome.
Really? Yeah, but then you got to pay resort tax.
I think it was really cheap.
Well, now no.
And there must be nothing on in Vegas that weekend. As soon as there's
Yeah.
something on, they four.
Well, the Bellagio, you can stay at the Bellagio for fucking $35 US. Then you pay 70% fucking resort tax when you leave.
What did you pay for, say, a Heineken or whatever at the Bellagio?
$18.50. Oh, at the Bellagio,
Yeah.
you drink for free all through the Strip.
Yeah.
But the footy, when we went to the footy, we got $18.50 US for a Corona or a beer. But they were the $7.50 tins.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Which is, I mean, it is a lot. When we'd walk out of a casino on the Strip, the security that was standing there, you're walking out with a beer.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa. And we're like, oh, shit, sorry, I'll finish it. And they're like, no, where are you going? We're like,
Yeah, they
we're
don't
going-
care.
We're going down there. And he's like, fucking go and get another beer. That's ages away. You're going to need one to drink as you walk along there.
we
I'm
were
like,
drinking
Fuck, thanks,
these
mate.
half-yard glasses full of pina coladas just walking through the street.
Yeah,
hammered.
that's the way to go.
And I just told people to fuck off. I got into almost a punch. I can't fight, and we've all realised that. But I got into an almost punch up with Sonic the Hedgehog. It's the only person in Vegas that tipped my buttons, and it was Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. And he actually took his head off and he goes, "I'm sorry, sir." I went, "Get back in character and fucking leave me alone." He fucked me up. But I got you a gift. Can I just do the gift?
Yes.
I bought you a gift, Jay, because of your astronomical large melon. We bought you a Jay Reeve hat. That's a Two Flogs exclusive Jay Reeve
Got the stonker.
hat. The stonker. We hope it fits.
We need to put one of those, and we'll keep that one for the studio upstairs.
Yeah. So that's your gift from me and Gibbo?
It's just a little bit small.
It's just a little bit small.
I'd seen no one ever with a
A
stonker.
stonker's a bit too small. Yeah, she's snug. We'll be able to work it.
Undoing it. It's tight. The stonker's tight.
The,
You got a photo. Oh,
the
fuck
fucking
me.
bison. Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking great. Yeah, when I
That's
said,
amazing. Thank you very much.
and we got. I'm just about to send that to Knuckles, and he's just texted me.
Oh, that's so funny.
You got time for a quick? Oh God. Oh, I've gone into business with Knuckles on a side quest, and Gibbo was intelligent enough to say no. Gibbo's out, so it's just me. And oh God. So that's for you, mate. I said I bought you
very
just. I
much.
didn't bring Dunc one. I just bought you one. So that's a exclusive. There are not many of them around.
Fuck, they're glorious, eh? If you haven't seen this, if you're listening to this and not watching it, the stonker is just
It's like
wildly oversized
trucker cap. It'd be 3 times the size of a regular trucker cap, probably.
I think it's 4.
4.
Yeah.
And it's got an insert so you can wear it. You
And it's a bit-
sometimes see them on American sports games, but very rarely we see them in this part of the
Knuckles
world.
used the
Never seen
insert
it, yeah.
for a hemorrhoid.
good
Cushion.
shout.
Yeah, he's onto it. Yeah. He's
That's actually why he made it, and he was like, it's
He's
really
got 2 at the
unfashionable to
moment.
carry around on my head.
I saw this,
I'll make a hat
It's a
to
bit
go
crushed
over
from
it.
the trip, but I had to push it in.
we saw this. This kid was walking into a cafe with his mum and he was carrying a ring cushion. I was like, I wonder if it's for him or for its mum. Either way, it's a fuck setup. If you need to take a ring cushion out with you to go to a cafe, just fucking stay at home.
Hello, Brett. Hello, Brett. He's got 2.
Has he actually?
Yeah, he's named him. He's got 2. at the
He's got
moment.
the going out.
He's got 2 at the
Is
moment.
it because
yeah.
he doesn't have ass cheeks that he needs to sit on
Oh
this?
nah, him and his mate just been experimenting. So that's how he got it.
Anyway, there is such a thing as too big. So I'm going to get to the Kirb file. I don't even. Maybe we'll have enough time to get through them all.
Yeah, we'll get there.
And we touched on it before. Jay brews his own piss. We've been drinking one of the Frankie's cans
I
now.
love it.
But I've got a note here saying something to do with your uncle, the homebrew, and a cat.
Oh, mate. I don't even need to think about that one. So my uncle was the homebrew king of Round Mountain for a long time, right? Round Mountain's a Pottsville.
Yep.
You got a sister?
Yeah.
So
Maker's there.
near Potty, so Round Mountain, where the jet sprints are. So I was only a kid, but the story goes that they went up there and every Friday afternoon got on the piss with this homebrew that could take the paint off a fucking fridge. Like, it was just this wild acid-like beer that they drank green and they didn't care how long it was in the bottle for. They all drank it. But this one particular brew got a bit musky, right? And they're like, oh, it's a bit malty, that. And I'm like, yeah, shut up. Drink it. You don't be a sad just get into it, you know. And they're all just drinking, oh, I don't know, Reg, this is pretty fucking bad. They're like, nah, you'll be right. So, because they'd bottled it and they're like, oh, fuck. Anyway, it went on for about a month. People were like, oh, I don't know, that last brew made me crook. Like, it's no good. Anyway, they found out that the cat, the cat that they kept in the banana pack and shed to eat the rats, disappeared roughly around the time of bottling. So what they had this vat, and it had hessian over the top of it, like old school, right?
Oh, you fucking.
And the cat has gone in on the hessian, and it's fallen into the brew, and it's sunk.
Dissolved.
Yeah, well, sort of sunk, and it was over the strainer where they bottled the beer. So they've just gone and gone, oh shit. So they've gone and pulled this is months later, and here's this petrified cat at the bottom of the
Fuck,
Drunk
that's
their
disgusting.
cat.
for ages. They drank the whole lot. They literally didn't realise until they went to brew a new batch, because they go and clean it out, and they're like, holy fuck, there's a cat in there. So they've been drinking like off cat juice for months.
Aussie beer.
I fucking hate it. Someone had one. We grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
And there would always have possums that would fall into the water tank and that sort of stuff. Like, it's fucking grim. Not as bad as a cat. Someone told us how they had the same setup, pulled the cat out in fucking bits. Like,
Yeah.
that's fucking crook. And they were getting greasy when they were showering because it was like the fat that came out of the cat was all over them when they were fucking having a shower.
I had it when I was plumbing. I was at a place at the back of Byron Bay, like right out the back of Byron, off the grid, like fully off the grid. And he was saying to me, my water's off. The water's off. I said, how long's it been like that for, mate? And he's like, oh, a little while. And he said, the kids are off it. And he said, they're getting sick. We're all getting a bit crook. I'm like, mate, there's something. I'm like, there's something wrong with the water, man. They were showering and got up to the thing. I took my dad and we get up to the top of it and they had like a header tank. right up in the rainforest at the back of Byron Bay. Beautiful spot. And there was a fucking what was left of a carpet snake in the bottom of the same thing. So they'd been drinking carpet snake for months.
Fuck it.
Bro,
Is it so the
get a water filter, you grub.
the banana thing, because we don't really grow bananas in New Zealand. I think there's one place in like Whangarei that's having a red hot crack.
Yeah, there wouldn't be
There's an unusual amount of banana experts on your show.
Yeah, so Beetle is a banana man.
Yeah.
He's got a banana paddock. That's what he does for a job. He's a banana man.
So our friend Laurie, who's the world's greatest potter, he was telling me about how he was working in North Queensland and they had these massive circles cut out in the rainforest, and where they grow these bananas. And so
Not
it's
all
like,
they grow in North
yeah,
Queensland.
it's like he goes, you're like calf deep in mud the whole fucking time. And it's called humping bananas. So you don't pick
you hump
bananas,
them. Yeah,
you hump them. And so the way that you do it is where the banana flower is, you grab the hook at the bottom of it, you chop the fucking banana palm, it falls over, and then you swing this fucking sharp cane knife above your head and it hooks it in. And it could be 40 kilos of bananas, or it could be light because the thing's been fucking, rats have gotten in there eating it.
It could also be 40 kilos of carpet snakes in that fucking thing too.
Just full of snakes in this fucking thing. You shot it. And he said then the worst part is because he's working there with a whole bunch of Torres Strait Islanders. And so they just fucking love it. Singing songs all day, humping bananas, workhorses, a lot of them. And then he goes, every now and again, they'll just go whistling past you like they are fucking greased lightning and what would otherwise be running in mud flats. And it's like, where are you fuckers going? And they're not really speaking too much English with him. And around the corner will come a fucking cassowary, whistling big, bright red or blue legs, or whatever the fuck these things. Yeah, they are. Protected. Dumb as fuck. And so they'll pin you. So there's like tractors there. He goes, you could be on the roof of a tractor for 6 hours. Well, they just stare at you, waiting for you to come down and kick a fucking hole in you.
Of course, they got a rock on their head going, I'm just going to headbutt you when you get off that tractor.
Massive fucking blade on their head.
How tall are they?
Like 6 foot?
6 foot.
Oh my!
So they're an emu. They're an emu with a death rock.
Yeah.
And death claws for
Death
feet.
claws. They're aggressive. They're not like the emu will go, hey, I'm an emu.
Yeah.
And just fuck off. Cassowary goes, I'm a fucking cassowary. Come here.
And it's hyper protective.
100%.
Yeah. They'll have a crack at fucking crocodiles on the bank. Like he said it's
they're
fucked.
terrifying. So, look, I think they're made in the same studio as the moon landing.
Yeah.
Because every time I've been in North Queensland, we have not come across a cassowary or a crocodile.
Yeah.
Both those things are myths, I'm telling you. Like,
Do you reckon crocodiles are all extinct and it's just AI?
Yeah, it's got to be because we haven't seen one. So
just
we had the
robots.
big three, and I sent you a text about the big three Cs of North Queensland. We didn't see any. Oh, we did saw the last one last, but North. So Pig, best man at my wedding. He lives in Tully. It's like the banana capital of Australia, Innisfail, around that area, and he'll tell you yarns about these cassowaries of death. And he like saying they got boys from Vanuatu and Fiji and stuff working from Solomon Islands, and you'll just see them just.
They fucking
Six
move
of them
out.
running. This cassowary's going, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Yeah, and they're the only. Laurie was saying they're the only people that he's ever seen that can move across mud that's a calf deep by just touching the top of it. Like, he's like, these blokes are fucking muscle on muscle. They look like they're juiced up. These fucking big Torres Strait Islander lads.
Yeah. But they sing songs like Pig, my mate. He said they just fucking sing all day. They're lovely people and just awesome. But yeah, like one of my first jobs when I left school was working in Talabudra Valley on the Gold Coast in Harley Smith's Bananas. It's called the Plateau. And that was my. I think I worked there for 12 months. Cutting. That was my job. I was a banana cutter.
Did you get horny much being a banana cutter like Gibbo?
Yeah, you heard the yarn about me having a flog in a banana.
But he has
He had, I heard. Yeah, he told us how he had a fucking banana wank and everyone busted him wanking in the
No, that was
banana.
me.
Oh, that was.
Oh, was it you?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, no. So I was in a.
I would have let that one go on him.
I was an experimental. No, I was in
Well,
an
not
experimental patch of
metaphorically.
bananas getting grown by the CSIRO, and I didn't know it was being filmed, like with the capture film. Like every day they took a photo, and here's me every day going, for ages. And that's how I got caught. I was having a whack in the fucking bananas.
No, see,
So
that
he was-
nickname off the
so
back of that.
Another one that Laurie was saying. So up there, they've got these massive water. I guess it's fucking wet as fuck, but for whatever reason, they've got these huge, big irrigation ponds, or they have
Yeah, they
stretches
don't need
of
'em.
river that they pull water out of anyway. So when these big pumps would fuck out, the farmer's son or the banana farm owner's son would just be wearing AFL shorts. He'd put a fucking spanner in between his teeth and jump in. But these ponds are loaded with crocodiles. And so what they do is they run wires across either side of the pump and they put like 6 dogs swimming back and forward. And then his job, Laurie's job, they drive a submersible fucking cherry picker into the middle of it, and he's just there with a gun, ready to shoot any crocodile that comes near the kid who's in there fixing the fucking pump in the muddy water. And he goes, I'm going to see a dog get eaten first, then the guy get attacked, and then shoot the guy by accident trying to fucking shoot a crocodile because I don't know how to use a gun.
so me and Beetle, right? So me and Beetle flew up to Tully for this, best mate's little sister's wedding. Scruff got married. They call it Scruff. And so we're going up to Scruff's wedding. We flew we're from Wollongbar, northern New South Wales, no crocodiles, no birds of death, nothing, right? We flown up there in the morning, never been there before. I was pretty young. We get into town, and we went, well, let's go fishing. They were all working. They're like, it was a Thursday. Let's go fishing. So we got Pig's fishing gear. We go down to this creek, park the car, and we just get in, and we start walking up the creek flicking lures. We're catching sunty and like we didn't know. We were so fucking stupid.
You're fucking Australian,
so
you dumb
stupid.
motherfucker.
I'm not from that part of Australia, from Byron Bay. It's fucking beautiful. So I'm flicking lures and catching sooties and all this sort of stuff. And then there was we didn't really pick up on anything. Right, everything was pristine, and there was some fish in there. That river hadn't been fished in years.
By humans.
Me and Bill were like, how good is this? I can't believe no one fishes here. Fuck me. Normally you'll see some lures in a tree and nothing, And this old dude in a tractor caught my eye because he's going, had the worst look on his face.
Yeah.
And Bill's like, what's he fucking looking at? I don't know. And he disappeared for a bit, and he come back with another bloke with him on the tractor, and they're both going, fucking pointing at us. We're like, oh, there you go, mate. Fuck off, and we're fishing. He goes, hey, boys, not from up here? We're like, nah, mate, nah, from New South Wales. He goes, look at that. And it was like these slide marks on the back. Oh. And I went, so that looks like something's coming out of there. And Bill goes, fuck.
Yeah. They reckon that
This tractor bloke's like, just come to us very quietly. I thought, fuck, we've been in here 4 hours. And he goes, now don't move. I'm like, we've made that much noise in the last 4 hours. Like, we should be dead. And he's like, mate, there is huge crocodiles in here. We never saw him.
Yeah, he reckons that they wouldn't even, when people would see people in those positions, they turn and look away because at any moment they could be snatched and they don't want to, because there's nothing you can do. Crocodile gets you, you're fucked. And so when people see you in positions where you could get taken by a crocodile, they just instantly look away or leave so they don't have to be a part of a fucking fatality.
Well, I got on the tractor.
Instead of going, oi, that's really dangerous. They're like, fuck that. You're on
nothing
your
to do with this.
I got on the tractor and Beetle went, fuck that, and he fished his way back. And that's when he caught the alleged barra Monday that no one fucking seen. I caught a huge barra. Did ya? Did you, mate? I wasn't there. I was crying on a tractor. And we nearly died.
They are fucking ginormous, the animals up there.
Oh, they're fucked. Yeah, that's why we don't go up there.
I just gonna circle back to your podcast because there's certain things you'll try in the podcast, right? Like when you start a podcast, no one knows what they're doing.
Nah.
But eventually it gets to the point where you're like, we need content. And one of the oldest forms of content when it comes to radio shows is prank calls, right? And
I know where this is going.
Kirb no longer and Gibbo will no longer do prank calls on their podcast.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, yeah, we don't. Well, I thought in the first I think we've done 430 some episodes now, so we're sort of old hands at it. But you will never ever find a prank call on there. I think it was early days, maybe the first 20 or 30 episodes. I said, if you want us to prank call your dad or your auntie or someone who doesn't listen to our podcast, shoot us an email. Give us a heap of fucking info. Because I grew up listening to CFM on the Gold Coast with like Paul Gale and all these legendary old disc jockeys that used to be the best prank calls of all time. I'm like, I could fucking do this. Let me do this. So I did one on the Alpha Blokes on episode 88, 89. I did one on one of their mates, Croper. And it worked. It worked okay. And I went, right, let's do one on the flogs. Like, later on, start my own podcast. Let's do it. We get this email. Dad's going to Sri Lanka. He's a cop. He's going over there to build churches or something or other. But he's been going back and forward to Sri Lanka and back through Vietnam like quite often for the last 2 or 3 years. So I've created the angle. I'll ring him from customs, tell him we believe he's taken drugs from Australia to Sri Lanka over to Vietnam, and we're cancelling his visa, all that sort of stuff. Work.
To what? Just quickly, red flag when you're doing something like that to a cop.
Yeah, that's why I did it. I thought this was even funnier. I said, mate, they wouldn't suspect you. You're a policeman. He's like, I'm building fucking churches for homeless people. And I said, no, mate, you're not going. Like, we're cancelling your visa. This has happened. This has happened. Mum knew. He teed Mum up that I was going to ring, everything's going all right, and it was a cracking call, and he was getting really super stressed. And I'm like, I've got this guy on the hook. So I just kept going and going and going. Gibbo's losing his shit opposite me, I had to turn Gibbo's mic off. In the end, the guy said, mate, you're not going. We've cancelled your visa because we've got suspicions about how many times you've flown there to Cambodia, then Sri Lanka, and then where, all these different little towns he was going to. And he's like, you can go and hear this on whatever episode it is. And I'm almost like, yeah, fucking kidding me. He was trying to hold it in. You could tell he wanted to blow up. And he's like, all right, thanks. Hangs up. We're like, ha! We told him, like, it's all a big joke and blah, blah. Hangs up. And then a day later, I get an email from his son. Dad hung up and had a major heart attack. He's in Brisbane Hospital.
Oh, shit.
That's why.
I've immediately rang my manager and went, we did a prank call. And the guy had a heart attack and he's in a really bad way in Brisbane Hospital. He's just like, no more prank calls. And I went, okay.
Great advice. Should have told me before.
Ended up ringing him and having a yarn, and everything was cool. But he did. He was so stressed. He ended up having a heart attack. And he said to me, he goes, mate, it wasn't because of the call. It was going to happen anyway. I've had a crook ticker and blah, blah, blah. But he came to our first live show and I met him. He's a lovely fella, and his son's a lovely bloke. But yeah, we have not done one more prank
That's
call.
enough. That's enough to put you off.
So there,
for sure.
there was an
Heart attack.
there's the Australian radio show that called somebody and got through to fucking Princess Dies or something, and there was
the Queen.
The Queen. So
It was Guido Haxis.
Oh, was that what it was?
No. It was two Australian radio hosts, and they got through, and a nurse put them through to, I want to say it was Catherine when she was having her
she
first
just had a
kid,
baby.
maybe?
Is that what it was? Well, Guido Haxis rang. You remember Guido?
Yeah,
Haxis?
yeah.
He rang and got through to the Queen's council,
Wow.
whoever, and goes, when the old lady comes to Australia, mate, she can sleep on my lounge. No one will look after her better than that. He's like, I beg your pardon. Really?
amazing.
Guido just had this guy on the hook for ages.
Yeah.
He was the best. Guido was the best.
Those days are gone.
Phone
You
Jacker.
can't do that anymore.
Phone Jacker was still my favourite. Like whoever was that, or whoever that collection of people were, because they used to animate the things like Terry Tibbs, the bald guy that's calling about the cars, and he'd bring people about their classified. Terry Tibbs, XJ6 Jaguar, talk to me.
Talk to me. Yeah, I remember those.
It's $6,000. He goes, no. You need to take me out to dinner first. I want to get wine and dine before you're 69, mate. What is it? He goes, I'll give you $1,500. So you're out of your fucking mind.
My dad's selling his old Holden at the moment. He's on Marketplace.
Oh, what one is that?
EH64.
Sick.
It's technically mine, but he's a thief. Anyway, he's selling it.
What's he want for it? Dunc will buy it.
40K.
Yeah, sweet.
And
Just get
it's-
one fucking done.
Nah, I want
It's
an
mint.
HR now.
It's mint. I've had two HRs. Beautiful vehicle.
Yeah.
But
See?
yeah, EH. So we got Dad on the podcast. It comes out on Monday. And I said, how you going with Marketplace? He goes, them cunts. I'm like,
We've been talking
yes.
about you say on the radio show.
He goes, what about this fuckhead? You wanted this, you wanted that, you wanted to know if it had oil in the diff. Oil in the diff! It's a 1964 model. Go and get fucked. He's just gone off his fucking trolley.
So I was like pulling
There'd
the
want to be
curtain,
more bars in that fucking family pack.
pulling the curtain back. We've got a whole bunch of KFC delivered to the office, but geez, I've been staring straight out there to the office, and there's been people from all the other radio stations just slowly seagulling it down to nothing. I was like, this is one of the toughest watches I've ever had.
I've been looking too, because you're looking and I keep looking.
Yeah. So,
What was it? Oh, you text saying keep some KFC for us. Good on you. Can we
let's go. Let's
dive
get
into a couple of chats about your family? Because fuck, Kirb's got the most untraditional family, like borderline. He grew up in the grey area without even knowing he was in the grey area.
So basically, my family were from a town, and my grandfather shot at something, and oil come out of the ground, and they all moved to a big city.
so one of my favourite.
And if you're too young to understand what that means, fucking Google it.
It's still one of my favourite yarns is your old man building the barbecue out of the fucking bricks. I tell
Did
people
you hear
that
the
all the
outcome
time.
about that? So Dad rings me and he goes, I'll tell you what, mate, you're fucking carrying on a bit on that wireless show. And I went, he goes, I was at a job the other day, and the bloke came and goes, you're the cunt that blew the barbecue up in your backyard, Graham? And Dad goes, oh, yeah, I blew one up a few years ago. Is this your young bloke? And he's read your story, and Dad goes, fuck me. And he rings me, he goes, geez, you carry on with shit. And I went, what do you mean? He goes, you fucking exaggerate everything you fucking do. You're like your mother. And I went, oh, yeah, right. They hate each other, FYI. And I went, oh, what did I exaggerate in that story? He goes, fucking chimney wasn't 3 foot. It was a fucking foot, if that. and then he jumped on for verification. He's jumped on our Only Flogs. There's 30,000 people in our Only Flogs group, and he's actually jumped on and said, "Best barbecue ever. Get fucked." That it was all like, what happened? Happened. Like, stole the bricks off John the Kiwi next door and fucking all this sort of shit.
Because you grew up stealing stuff without even knowing you were stealing stuff.
So yeah, I grew up with my grandfather Bill. We called him Pa, and then Uncle Wobbly, who was Uncle Roy. He was my nan's sister and my nan's brother. Right. They were like the two Ronnies, basically. So I grew up with the two Ronnies, my grandfather and my uncle, and I was a master criminal until about 12 without knowing that I was thieving and making my grandfather and my uncle a lot of money at the markets on stolen orchids from the fucking rainforest.
Stolen orchids.
So on a Friday night, he'd take us out to these fucking World Heritage listed joints, right? When I was like 6, it was like on the chain gang, like, let's go. I'm like, holy fuck, you get a wet hessian bag, a shovel and a torch, and he'd go,
You're going at night time.
yeah, well,
Can't do it during the day. You
the
get
only
busted.
time you could pick fucking orchids, boy, is at night, because we didn't know that we were stealing them and we could go to jail in the daytime. So I was honestly like 6. My cousin Stephen would have been 10. And so this is in the early 80s, 86, 87. They'd go out for a bushwalk and they'd identify where everything was. And you go down there, you'll find the ribbon, dig that one out. You're like, oh yeah. So we'd cut them off the trees, staghorns, fucking put them in the big wet hessian bag and take them back to the car. And then years later, I was talking to my mate who's a copper. He goes, "You were stealing, mate." I'm like, "What?" Your grandfather would sell them at the markets.
It's so good.
Yeah, that was true. He had a backyard full of fucking orchids that were all stolen from the Lamington National Park.
Monkey see, monkey do, though. It really starts with your grandfather because it would tell us about the great trailer.
The
heist.
rebirthing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
geez,
grandfather ran a trailer rebirthing racket on 29 Toboggan Road in Moolumbar. Probably shouldn't give the address.
He doesn't very specific.
They don't live there anymore. But so my dad was the victim in every trailer theft, and Dad didn't know. So what had happened was, Bill, my grandfather, would go, "Need to borrow your trailer, Graham." Dad would go, "Yeah, fucking in the back shed." So Pa would go up every 6 months. He'd borrow the trailer, come back, ring Dad. Someone stole the trailer from their house, from Pa's house. Pa would strip it, rebuild it, and sell it either back to Dad or back to anyone else in town. This went on for years. It was like this. Grandfather had like these full fucking rebirthing trailers. My dad would build one, and then Pa would borrow it. It'd get stolen. Pa would strip it, rebuild it, sell it back to Dad, or sell it to fucking whoever.
When they wasn't there something where it was going across state lines and stealing?
We borrowed a car from Mudgery in Queensland and brought it home, and it got repainted and sold. That was in the early 80s. I don't think that was exactly.
You're lucky you're on the straight and narrow now.
Well, they were never breaking into your house and bumping you on the head and stealing your TV. They were too smart for that. They were just stealing off the crown.
I'm going to say a person,
and they're all dead now, so no one can get in trouble.
a person close to me when I was young and still now was such a fucking savant when it came to car alarm systems and being able to override them. He could override like a 5-stage immobilizer, and him and his mates who were basically studying in that same realm would go out, and this is back in probably early 2000s, Evo 4, Evo 5 era. They would just
these are proper thieves.
Yeah, they would turn up and it would be parked outside your bedroom window, and they would lift this thing without it making a fucking noise, like Grand Theft Auto. Wow. And then what they would do is they would strip it down, take it to basically like a chop shop, strip it down, roll the chassis out into some cul-de-sac in an industrial area, hold all of the parts, go to the auction, buy the chassis back, bring it back in, build the car up, and then fuck it off. And they were doing that with all these high-end sort of sport, like the WRXs and that. And I was... because he was turning up and shit that was outrageous. And he's like, I just buy these chassis from the thing. And then I was like, where are you getting all the parts from? And he's like,
I had mates that used to go to the wreckers. And they'd go through, "Can we go and have a look?" Yeah. They have a pocket full of spanners, and they'd pull everything they needed off the cars and throw them over the fence on the airfield and then go back at night and pick them up. Nah, there wasn't anything there we wanted. And they go back at night time and pick all the fucking... And one of the same
Big
dudes
boy
used to...
Meccano.
Yeah. Fuck, that used to be funny. Yeah. But yeah, the family would just... Yeah, they were just like that. So they went to the Mudgery markets one day, and Dad wanted to buy an old Dodge van. I think it was a Dodge van or something. I just told this on Benny's podcast, but Dad's like, "Oh, we better start it." So Uncle Wobbly's got in the driver's seat, and Wobbly's trying to start the car, and it's going, And Dad's like, fuck off, Roy. Just start it. He's like, it won't start. Dad's under the fucking doing shit to the starter motor, tapping it, spraying it. And this went on and on and on, and this noise got louder and louder and louder. And finally, this fucking thing's kicked in the guts. And it's made the worst screaming noise. That I was maybe 10. I'll never forget the noise. I was like,
a real fan bout one.
horrible, yeah, but like times 10.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this cat shot out. It shoots out because the engine's in the van. Uncle Wobbly's shit. He's like, ah! And there's this cat has shot a ping pong ball around the Dodge, no hair left on the fucking thing. And it had been going through it was in
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Through the full pulley system in the front of it.
This dude turns up and he goes, you haven't seen a black tabby? You live there? And Dad's like, nah.
Not black anymore.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Jay and Dunc's Not For Radio podcast. Thanks for listening. I hope to see you soon.